Hey there and welcome, this is Bastiaan de Koning from Jiffy Course Online. In this video I'd like to show you how you can import contacts manually in Kajabi, how you can import single contacts and that they are on your mailing list, that they get their product just with a very simple import functionality, and how you can import bulk contacts. And with bulk contacts there are many problems you can encounter, and I'd like to show you a way I use, and this always works. It's the easiest way because you filter your bulk list before you import it, and I'm going to show you how you can do this. So let me take you inside Kajabi. We're here in my developer account, and when you want to import a single contact because you want them to give access to a product, like a tester for your new product. You want to give it to someone who can test your product and give feedback. But how do you import these people? Well, if you have just a few single people, let's say up to 5 or maybe up to 10, you can do it name by name. For this, go to contacts and go to your all contact list. And here there's a big black button at the top named Add contacts. Well, this is what you can use to add contacts. It's not that difficult. Add a single contact. Give in your name or their name and give in an email address, and this must be an existing email address. If it's a not functional email address, then Kajabi will say I cannot import this contact, because Kajabi checks all the email addresses whether it's a real working email address or not. So that's very good. This will make your list even better and cleaner. When you filled in this name and email address, a lot of people click the save button, and here's where it goes wrong. You need to add a few more options. First, if you want to grant them a product, you can select add grant product and select the offer that's connected to that product. For example, the Upcore styling product we have here, you can select it, and now this person will get immediate access to this product, and they will also get an email. Hey, we have set up an account for you on Jiffy Course Online, or my developer's account in this case, for this product, and they can log in and they can do your course. So this is fully automated, very easy to use. If you want, you can add a tag. You can, for example, add a tag manually import, something like this. So you can always filter them again. If you do this, press the enter button, then it's a new tag, and then you can use it. I'm not going to add this tag to my computer because we're not going to use it anymore afterwards. But you can select different tags also. Let me just select a freebie PDF in this case. And now the most important checkbox is subscribe to marketing emails. Maybe there's also subscribe to newsletter emails. I'll talk about that later. Subscribe to marketing emails is necessary if you want to send them emails around your product. For example, if it's a course for 6 weeks and you have a weekly email update from, hey, we have done this and I like you to learn this in the next week. This is in the email sequence. If you want to have them in this email sequence and send those emails, you need to check this checkbox. If you want to select this group of people in this product and send them a broadcast, especially for this group of people, you must check this checkbox. If you don't do it, you can only send transactional emails, and transactional emails are emails like, hey, we set up an account for you, hey, you have access to the course, if you use the drip functionality, a new lesson undripped for you, and emails like, okay, you get a new passport, here is your new passport information. You can only send those emails, but you cannot send them from, welcome to my course, it's so great to hear you, to see you, to have you here, and you will learn this, and you're doing so great, and this is what makes your course personal. So you need to subscribe them to those marketing emails. Well, we have a discussion. Can you do it? Can you not do it? I think when it comes to mails around your product, you're allowed to do that. Maybe not in your country, you should check it with your laws, but in Europe, if people bought a product, you are allowed to send them emails around this product. You're even allowed to send promotional emails around this product or likewise products. You're not allowed to send them promotional emails about other non-related products. So if your course is about online business, you cannot send them an email about healthcare, for example. This is up to you, but I think you need this check, otherwise you cannot send an email. So a long discussion before we can press the save button, and when you do, it will immediately create a new contact on your contact list. You will see the summary here. You see that in this case I was granted the UpCourse styling course. Also there's one purchase, there's a tag, and when I go back to all contacts, everything is working fine. Here is my name. If it isn't good, you go to the 3 dots and press delete. One more thing, press delete. One more thing about not checking the checkbox. Let me do it once more. Add a single contact, Bastiaan de Koning. And let me just add a tag and do nothing more. PDF, something like this. Let's wait. It's imported. It seems to be good, but when we go to info, you will see never subscribed. And when I go to all contacts, you will see that this person is never subscribed. So I can no longer email myself with the marketing emails. And that's really nasty. If I want to get this person subscribed, I cannot even do it. If I import myself once more, let me copy this one first. Add contact, add a single contact, do a different last name, same email address. And now I subscribe to marketing emails, and let me also give another tag, Flourish wait list, why not? Something like this, subscribe. You see that it's no longer possible to do. And that's really nasty work. And dus now you have to delete the person with deletion of their courses, with all the progress they probably made to get them in. And otherwise you need to ask them to fill in a form somewhere on your website and have them opted for your mailing list. So make sure you have checked this box before you import the people. I'll delete it once more. Okay, this is the first way to import people. When you have just about 5 or 10 people, you can use the single contact. Now let's add an bulk email list. And for example, you have always worked with ActiveCampaign or different email provider, email service tool, and you exported the list from that ActiveCampaign. You want to import them. The first thing you must do is clean up that list. And if you have the full list and you go to import CSV, probably ActiveCampaign exported as a CSV, you go to here, you can drag it up to upload file, but there are probably mistakes, and there's even more nasty stuff with CSVs because the European way works with columns or commas, and the US CSV files are separated by semicolon. It's a nasty thing, and if your CSV file is not correctly set up or it's cannot be read correctly, it's a mess. So I never use the upload CSV file option. I always use the copy and paste form. And when you select this, you can copy and paste rows here, and the rows must look like this. They must look like a first name, space, last name, comma, email address, comma, another column like a phone number, comma, another column like tags, another column like notes. So you can set up it like this, and every row you paste here must have the same setup, and so every row will be a different person. What I like to do is show you my Excel file, and I've created a fake list in Excel, and I like to show you how you can update this list. What you find, we have first name, last name, email, phone. We can make it a little bit better to be read. And if you copy this kind of information to Kajabi, you paste it here, you see it's a big mess because a lot of spaces and it's not clear where the next line starts or ends. So we cannot use this. Bring back our Excel. What we need to do is create a new column with just this data. And it sounds difficult, but just follow the steps. I create a column, call it import. So we know that's the column we want to use. And we're going to select the columns we need. We start with the equal sign. This tells Excel, okay, this is something, some formula that is going to happen. And this equal sign starts with the first name because this is the first thing we want to have in this line. First name, last name. Now we need to tell Excel something new is happening. And you can do this with this sign, the N sign as we call it. You need a double quote. Now you can put in all kind of stuff. You need another double quote and another N sign. So, well, this bunch of stupid information, we can just delete it. But actually, this is what we need. And you can see it here also. I will type it once more. So what you need to have, I need to finish it first. At this end, I will put the N. So now it's good, correct. You see it's already here. What you need to type in once more is this sign, double quote, and let's immediately add a comma and a space because this is what I want to have between the cells. So this is the part we need. That's better. When you have this, I suggest select it here in the editor bar and copy it to your computer's memory because we're going to use it a lot. Let's go back to the first line and we'll start all over again. I put the equal sign. I select the first column. I paste my computer's memory with the code and I paste the last name. I paste my computer's memory with the code. I use the email address. And now you can select which column do you want to use. Do you want to have the phone, the street? Do you want all this information? Or for example, do you only want the country? In this demo, I only take the country. And copy the code. And I also want to have their website address. When you see tags in your export file and you want to import them, I suggest not to add them to this list. What I suggest is when you have set up everything we are doing right now, you can filter on the tag, for example, member, and then you import all the members and in Kajabi you add the tag member. So we can do that in a few seconds and I can show you how you can do that. This is all the information I like to have. And what you see here, this is a line we can use in Kajabi. When I bring it to here, you see the name, email, and all the information. But in Kajabi, there's no comma between the first and the last name. So we need to take out that comma. We have a comma here. So we go to the formula like we have here. And after the first name, and the A2 is first name, B2 is last name, there's that comma, and I'll take it out. Only the comma, leave the space. Now you see, this is the name. This is all the information we need. And when I select this cell, I can double click the little square here, or I can just drag the list downwards all the way till the end of my list. And now you see all these cells have this information, and because I've added that code here, and let me take out the color, so everything is here. This is what you need. And in Kajabi you can import up to 5,000 people at once. So when you have here a list with, I don't know, 50,000 people, select the first 5,000. I will select just the first 10. And if you want to enlarge this column, that's fine. You can do like this so it's more clear that we have everything. I select just the first 10 lines, copy it to my computer's memory, and go back to Kajabi. We go to paste CSV rows, and it looks a little bit more organized, and this is the way we want to have it, so we continue to import actions. Now Kajabi wants to know, okay, I see 4 columns. How do I add them to Kajabi? Well, the first one is very clear. Select this option, select an existing field, and it is the name field. Confirm. This is email addresses. Select it. Email. Confirm. This is their country. Very clear. Select it. Country. Confirm. And now we have URLs. Well, Kajabi doesn't have a default field with URL, so you can create a new field like website, for example. Well, this one was already taken, but you can create website 123 and make it a text field. When you do this, don't make it field required. Maybe some people didn't fill in and then they are not imported, so just leave this box unchecked and confirm. I'm not going to create another field because I already created it once. Here's website. This is a new field. Confirm. And now Kajabi knows how to import this information. If there are columns I don't want to use, for example, I don't want to use the country column anymore, I can also select skip. And country is skipped. Now you see skipped columns, recognized columns. So country is no longer imported. We have this information, continue to import actions. Once again, we need to give more information to Kajabi. The first thing, do we want to add tags? For example, manual import or freebie PDF. Let's check the freebie PDF. Do we want to grant an offer? Are they members? You can already add them to the members. So if they are members, you want to give them access to UpCore styling, for example. You can also add the tag members. And if you don't have a tag members, and I don't think I have it, no, I have it, you can create a new tag, enter it, of add new tag. There we go, and you can select it. So now we have members that also have the freebie PDF and get access to the UpCore styling. This already would work for your members, but you cannot send them those emails around those products. So subscribe to marketing emails, check it once more, don't forget it. What you also see is that there's an option, subscribe to newsletters. At the moment I'm recording this video, Kajabi is testing with newsletters, and newsletters is a way to send blog-like emails to people and have them also posted on your website. It's a new feature, but if you want to send those emails to those people, they need to be subscribed to newsletters. So whether you have this functionality or not, you can subscribe them to newsletters. What's important with these two things is that you really are allowed to send them those emails. If you purchased a list or got a list, very old list from years ago from a different website, you cannot send them emails. So I wouldn't even bother to import them. Don't import people you cannot send emails to. So only add people to your contact list if you are allowed to send them those emails. And if you are allowed to send them those emails, make sure these options are checked. Let's go to continue and summary. You see some summary about it. 10 contacts will be imported, 3 columns only. We have 1 skipped. There will be 2 tags. There's 1 grant offer, and you can import it. Now Kajabi will work, and they will come with, oh, that's already done. You see, they are all here. Kajabi also sends an import email, and this is an important import email, because in this import email, you will see of this report, you will see that there are 10 out of 10 contacts successfully imported. So it is good. Everything worked fine. For these people, it worked. So we can go to the next part of our list. For example, these were the first 5,000. Now let's take the next 5,000. But I'm going to make a few mistakes in this list. because I want Kajabi to be fooled. So I go to Margaret and I need to change the email address Margaret has here. Let me just set some other information in it. So now it's no longer a correct email address. And also Jerry Price. The email address is Gmail, and we make it example. Example is a tool or website URL you can use for testing, but it doesn't work. So let me go back to the list we have. We had the first 10. I should have colored them, that's easier. So this was the first option. Now just make them red so I don't need them anymore. And now I select the next group. I can copy these, just copy them to your memory. And if you want, you can immediately colorize those names so you know this is the list I'm going to import now. That's easy to use. Go back to Kajabi, add contacts, import CSV, and go for the copy and paste from file. It's already in our computer's memory. It wasn't, so I need to select them once more. Copy, copy, and paste. That's possible now. So there's the list. And we know there are 2 mistakes. So let's see what Kajabi is going to do with those contacts during the import. I'll go a little bit faster. We have done this already. Name, confirm. And then you see that it's pretty fast to do. We're going to skip this one. And I want this as their website. Confirm, everything is done, continue. I'm going to add a tag, for example, PDF freebie, and I subscribe them. I'm not going to grant any offer in this import. Continue. You see everything is done, and let me import the list. So Kajabi is working, and within a few moments, what you see is that 2 people are never subscribed. Well, this is a very interesting one because I wasn't expecting that. Now you see they're all subscribed. So the never subscribed was temporary. Kajabi first imported them and then updates their subscription status. I didn't refresh the page, so it was set to never subscribed. Now they are all subscribed again. You see no one here is never subscribed. So it was a temporary thing. Okay, we have imported a lot of people, and let's go to the import mail we got from Kajabi. And what they say, there are 7 out of 10 contacts successfully imported. So I made 2 mistakes intentionally, but why is there a third? I don't know. Let me see. Download the CSV file and it will open. So it gives you some information. Jerry Price, yes, we messed up the email address, and they say, please double check the email address. It wasn't working. Let's go to Duncan. This was the example email address, and example isn't a functional email address, so they say please check it. Now go to another one. Oh, I see, in another test I did, I corrupted another email address. I didn't check it anymore in this list. So also Margaret had an email address that wasn't working, and they say please double check. You have 2 options. You can go to your Excel file, go to those lines. For example, let me bring it back once more. What they say, you can find, for example, Margaret, and they say, okay, her email address was corrupt. You can change it, make it real again, and you can colorize that line so you can filter them, or you can add a tag or something, and now you can import them back. If you have a mailing list for 50,000 people and they are just for your mailing list, they're not members, you can also decide just let them go. Don't spend too much time on email addresses that don't work anymore. But Kajabi tells you how to handle those email addresses. Well, 5,000 for every bulk, and if you have 50,000 people, you need to import this, do this 10 times. How fast can this be? the most of the time is in updating your mailing list before you import it. Check for strange signs. Check for names that aren't good anymore because they had a circumflex or a different accent aigu or something, some accent sign, and most CSV files cannot work with that. You need to correct those names before you import them. And when you have a clean list, Kajabi only imports the email addresses that are really working. So if you have a list that is pretty old, maybe some people don't have that email address anymore. Kajabi will filter them out immediately. That's fine. Just let them go. If they say, hey, I don't have access anymore, you can always say, okay, tell me your email address. You can try to import them. And if you can't import them, you ask them for a different email address and you do it manually for this person. So this is the way you can import bulk email addresses. There's another option. If you say, well, this is way too much work, and because I have 500,000, well, if you have 500,000 people on your mailing list, you're on one of the biggest plans from Kajabi, and you can contact support and ask them to do it for you. There are a few notes and suggestions I want to give you. First, what we did in the past was we had a mailing list for 50,000 people. We uploaded them. We didn't import all the wrong email addresses. They were taken out. So we still had about, 49,000 email addresses. And we imported them and we sent them an email, but we didn't set up our marketing settings correctly. And people got a lot of errors with their emails, and many of them, they wrote it was spam, it was fake email, they unsubscribed, and with the first email we got about 1,000 complaints and spam and all things, and Kajabi immediately shut down this account. We had to talk with Kajabi to show them this was a real exported file from ActiveCampaign, and she was allowed to send those people and to import it and export it and use it, export it and import it and use it again. She was allowed to do that. But Kajabi really needed proof to see that that was working. And that was a lot of work. Then they asked her to update the list again, take out all the false email address, take out all the bumped email address, all the blocked email address, all the email address that were called as excluded, hard bound, before she was allowed to send them again. But it was given free after all, but it was much more work than we expected. The second thing is, don't use other people's email addresses. If you're not allowed to mail them, if you don't know them, they will call it spam. And there's a very low tolerance for spam newsletters or newsletters that are marked as spam. So please be aware you're not on that path. This is the way I do it. It always works. It has a fallback option. You can use the email to see which email addresses didn't work, which contacts didn't work. I hope you like this video. I hope that you can import all the contacts yourself by now. If you want to follow me, please do. Just click this button. I need your following. So that's follow me on YouTube now. And if you want to know more about Jiffy Course Online and all the products we make, go to jiffycourseonline.com. Check for our next level website templates and product templates. Check for Gamify Pro, Gamiflix, Kajabi Papers, UpCourse. These are wonderful additions for Kajabi to grow your business even more, and everything works inside Kajabi. I'm Bastiaan de Koning. I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.